Hi, General. This is Terry at the Pentagon Channel again. I believe we fixed the IFE problem. If you could talk again and make sure you not hear feedback. In other words,
Okay.
not have yourself coming back to you.
Let me start talking and see if there's any feedback coming after I start talking. Okay, I didn't hear any feedback. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we do hear you. Now, General, you, what is, right, good to go. Are you going to leave your hat on for the interview? Is that,
I had intended to do that.
okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to, Staff Sergeant Josh Hauser is going to be interviewing you. And I'm going to let you guys just talk for a second, say hello, make sure everything sounds good to you, okay?
Okay, what's the staff sergeant name again?
Coast, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful.
His name is Staff Sergeant Josh Hauser.
Sir, what I'm going to do is just a real quick intro, just a few sentences, and then I'll introduce you. We'll lead into the first question. If there's anything, we're editing this, it's not live, so if you can't hear something or need me to repeat, just feel free to stop and we'll work it out.
Okay, thank you. It's a little hard hearing the question with the background noise, but I think we'll be able to work through it. Hey, are these glasses reflecting?
Okay, sir, I'm going to read these quick sentences and intro you if you're all set.
I'm set. Go ahead.
The 1st Marine Division is displaying its amphibious assault skills today at California's Camp Pendleton. It's called Exercise Steel Night and is meant to ensure the ground combat element of a Marine Air-Ground Task Force is prepared for deployment in an operational environment. Joining us now is the Commanding General of the 1st Marine Division, Major General Ronald Bailey, to tell us about the extent and importance of this exercise. Sir, thanks for being with us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for taking the time to come out and be with the Marines of the 1st Marine Division. Let me just share with you a little insight about Steel Night.
Sorry, sir, we're dealing with a delay. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but it's okay. I'm just going to kick off this first question. We watched as the exercise kicked off this morning with a ship-to-shore assault, sir, which is really the heart of Marine Corps capabilities. Can you tell our audience a little bit about why that capability is so important?
Yes, I can. From a very broad perspective, the United States Marine Corps is a naval force. And in having the opportunity to practice those core competencies, it's very important for the division, the ground combat element of the MEF to have that skill set. So for us in the 1st Marine Division, we have the opportunity to not only practice that, but exercise it all across the board, from amphibious assault here and then simultaneous assault in 29 Palms. It gives us an opportunity to practice our command and control capability.
Sir, could you describe that a little bit more, the maneuvers that are going on, coinciding with Steel Night in 29 Palms, and also how we are communicating with our partners in the Singaporean military who are kicking off exercise Valiant Mark? How's that all coming together, and why is that cooperation so important?
All have come together very well. It's important for us to work with our partners such as the Singaporeans, because it gives us an opportunity to one, share experiences and our expertise with the Singaporeans, and also it gives our Marines to build a partnership. Partnership capacity is very important when you start talking about the range of military operations, but most importantly, as you know, the United States Marine Corps is focusing on the Asian Pacific, and so to have the opportunity to work with one of our partners is extremely important. And so this Valiant Mark gives us that opportunity to work mill to mill, and also it gives us an opportunity to build relationships with our Singaporean military partners.
Now, sir, we're watching as some of the landing craft are coming in just behind you there, and I know you're dealing with working through some of the noise out there for us, so we appreciate that. But during the past 10 years of operations in Afghanistan and Iraq, we as the Marine Corps have sort of moved away from this type of extensive amphibious training. Now, is this a return to our roots, so to speak?
Well, I won't say that the Marine Corps has moved away, because, as you know, we also continue to deploy our MEUs. And our MEUs have always and still continue to be our forward deployed forces. So as a Marine Corps, we hadn't moved away from it, but from a large scale perspective, because our focus has been on Afghanistan, we haven't had the opportunity to do a division level exercise. So this is the first division level exercise that has occurred in over 12 years. We're talking this particular exercise, approximately 10,000 Marines. So yes, as we transition out of Afghanistan, we're now as a Marine Corps and also as a division focusing on our core competencies, our core skills: offensive operation, defensive operation, amphibious operation. These are all skill sets that the United States Marine Corps are very good at. So this gives us an opportunity to refine our command and control, work on a large scale with our regiments, and also focus on our in-division collective tasks as a unit.
And sir, the amphibious landing is certainly one of the highlights of the exercise, but what else will this exercise demonstrate? What other Marine Corps skills are going to be put to the test as we work through the exercise?
Well, yes, all of our skills will be tested: command and control, controlling from division level, and also giving my regiments an opportunity to exercise coordination, command and control. Amphibious operations are very difficult, and it requires you to have naval ships so that you can practice that skill set. A classic example of it would be having the opportunity to conduct humanitarian disaster relief. That's what this skill set will do for us. It's just one of the things that we can accomplish and have the opportunity to practice. Real world examples, as you know, most recently the Marines deployed to help the Japanese in Tomodachi. They help across a range of military operations and across that entire theater in the Pacific, in places like Bangladesh, Burma, and the Philippines with various operations. So to have the opportunity to practice our amphibious operations skill set is very important.
And as you said earlier, sir, with a refocus on the Asia-Pacific theater, we know that the amphibious capabilities of the Marine Corps are going to be increasingly relied upon. Before we let you go, is there anything else that you would like to tell the audience about this specific exercise moving into the week?
Well, yes, I'd like to say, as you seen from the footage, this is the Marine Corps at its finest. It's a MAGTF, Marine Air Ground Task Force, and you're only seeing one portion of it. In this operation, there's large support elements such as CLR-1 that's involved, that have thousands of Marines and sailors out in the exercise. We also have elements from the 3rd Marine Air Wing. So this is the Marine Air Ground Task Force at its finest. This is what we do as a Marine Corps. We're that ready force that's ready to deploy and do what we need to do today. So as a naval force with our naval character, this gives us an opportunity to practice that skill set and show the Navy Marine Corps team at its best.
Well, sir, and as a fellow Marine, watching other Marines hit the beach out in California makes me a little bit jealous, I need to be honest. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us this morning, the Commanding General of the 1st Marine Division, Major General Ronald Bailey. Sir, thanks again for being with us.
My pleasure. Semper Fi.
Ross, sir, is there anything else you wanted to touch on, sir, that maybe I didn't ask?
No, that was good. The only thing that I would say is that I wanted to emphasize the MAGTF because it's not just the division that's involved in this exercise. Now while we are practicing our skill sets, out in 29 pounds, we're working on combined arms, and we've got our regiments out there, our 11th Marines and our 5th Marines conducting operations in 29 pounds. So it's the first time the Marine Division, 1st Marine Division, had the opportunity to conduct an exercise of this scale and size, both amphibious operation and a simultaneous assault in 29 pounds.
Okay, great, sir. We'll make sure that I incorporate that into whatever stories we put out on the exercise.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Hoorah.